organization. And I also want to thank Ms. Ricks for her leadership as president. She's always available, always giving 110% to this institution. And we're always glad to welcome you home. When you come back, this is a place that you need to feel good about it. You need to wear it well. I always feel like you have a place here. We got a lot of things planned this weekend, and one of the things that I want to highlight for you is just 2 or 3 of those things that I think you'll find exciting and interesting. We have a block party tonight at 8:00 p.m. That's going to be on the lower campus, the historic part of the campus. It'll be near the softball field, and the band will perform at 8:30 p.m. You've heard a lot about the band. You'll hear a lot more about the band. But one of the things I want you to think about when you hear this, they have been recognized at the highest end for their musical scholarship. This is not, they don't invite someone who can't play music. So it's not just the band being in a parade, it's the highest end of musical scholarship. I want you to think about that. The homecoming parade is at 9:00 on Saturday morning. That's always a highlight and a festive occasion. You'll enjoy that. And then the football game, and I've told Coach Lynn it should be a scrimmage, that Morehouse is coming just to help us entertain ourselves, but they're not going and we have a Morehouse graduate in here. I'm trying to see where he is, but I want them to know this, we don't take this very seriously. This year's homecoming theme, Rams and the Roses. You've heard a lot about that. And one of the things that's redundant, but it's nevertheless should be said again. Albany State has been here a long time. And Dr. Holly, we will be indebted to him as long as this campus is here. We're going to send these young people out to California, and they'll be on an international stage. And what I've been saying to the people in Albany, Georgia, the people in the system office in Atlanta, business people in this community, they're not representing just Georgia and Albany State. They're representing the southeastern part of this country. And that is huge. And so I want our young people to know that you wear the Albany State brand, but you have a bigger responsibility, which is going to be on New Year's Day around this country. And we plan to be out there. We plan to be out there to celebrate with them. And I guess one of the last things I want to mention to you is how proud we are. When students do well on this campus, we celebrate them. And when they do well, very well, we have had them to our home. We've had the baseball team, we've had undergraduate research students out there. What we're trying to communicate, that your job is to perform, not to come here and do anything second rate. And so when you do well, we want to celebrate you and make sure you know that we're proud of you. And so this marching band has done that. I cannot thank Mr. DeQueer enough. He talked about his persistence. And one of the things I think we've lost sight of, and we need to regain, things like endurance, perseverance, and struggle, and then prevailing. And that's what this band has done. He didn't get this the first year. He just stayed with it and sent a video for them to see our young people perform. So as alums, I want you to feel deeply and passionate about your place, your campus. This is your place. We facilitate the learning on behalf of these students and on behalf of people who come before these students here today. So I greet you in a very passionate way about this place that we love and we've enjoyed it, and we plan to make it better. We're non-negotiable about making this place better. Thank you very much.
If it is strong enough, we built it.
If it's tough enough, we created it.
If it is an institution of higher learning,
Built on a legacy to succeed,
then it is none other than the unsinkable Albany State University,
home of the mighty Golden Rams. Good afternoon, everyone. On behalf of Miss Albany State and Mr. Royal Gentleman and their Royal Court and Student Government Association, we'd like to welcome you home to this 2015 Homecoming Rams in the Roses and Beyond. We want to thank all of you who are those rams in the bushes for us, and we want to thank you for trusting us to be your beyond. Again, welcome home and enjoy this homecoming.
Thank you.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Dr. Dunning, our guest speaker, Ms. Shumay, Dr. Shumay. It is with great pleasure that I greet this gathering on behalf of our national president, Ms. Joycia Ricks. We are delighted to have you here to participate in this year's homecoming festivities. The week events was kicked off with our golf tournament on Thursday morning and continued last night with our black tie event. Now we're here in this beautiful location. Looking at the program, I feel confident that our speaker comments will contain interesting observation and commentary. Now, also, I'd like to stress the importance of the association and its relationship with the university. The association plays a vital part in articulating the course of this institution. We are committed to bring the best qualified students to this university. We want our students, regardless of race, creed, or circumstances, to achieve their full potential. Our task is to make it possible. Our mission is to provide step-by-step assistance. From this platform, I take the opportunity to thank the institution for allowing us to be an integral part of this process. In closing, I would be remiss if I did not thank the board of directors for their leadership and the membership for allowing us to serve. Greetings and go Rams.
Thank you for the greetings we've had. Now we have the invocation and grace by Elder Bumi Anderson.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. As David said, I was glad when they said unto me, let us go to Albany State University's homecoming. Amen. Let us pray. Father, we bless you and we honor you. For you've made all things great and good. God, we thank you now for this time of coming together and being together. Father, I pray blessings over every family represented here today. God, do exceeding abundant above all they can ask or think, and make this university as great as it ever can be. And God, I thank you right now for the food we're about to receive. Let it nourish our bodies. And God, we thank you for the time of fellowship. In Jesus' name, amen. Amen.
And now we will have our lunch. We'll be directed by our hostess for this afternoon. Enjoyed yourself. It was a wonderful meal. So please just give a hand for our food services, and it is wonderful. And I've also enjoyed our wonderful sounds that we hear over here. So please, let's give our entertainment a round of applause. Now, Mr. Greg Heilig, please come and introduce our speaker.
Good afternoon, fellow Rams. All right. Let's give it up one more time for Mr. DeQuia and the Student Jazz Band. Dr. Tremons from Warner Robins, I believe. I am certainly delighted to have the opportunity to come and introduce our guest speaker for this luncheon. You know, we've had one preacher already this morning, Miss Reverend Carmen Caldwell, CC. And now we've got another speaker for the homecoming luncheon. You know, as we used to say in the Baptist church, when you got these many preachers in the house, the case must be serious. When I was looking at Dr. Shoemate's bio that was sent to me by Yolanda Penn, I noticed that she is from Dawson, Georgia. Dr. Shoemate doesn't know this, but when I was a student here at school, Dr. Shoemate, they used to call me Dawson Slim. But it's certainly great to have a fellow alum to be our guest speaker and also a native of Dawson. You've probably seen her bio, so I'm not going to bore you with reading this lengthy bio. I'll just give you a brief synopsis of what she's all about. Dr. Shoemate was born in Dawson, Georgia, and is the daughter of Mr. George and Mrs. Bertha Williams of Dawson. She's married to Mr. Abraham Shoemate, and they have one son, Austin, a daughter, Ariel, one stepdaughter, LaPortia, and a goddaughter, Asia. She is the daughter-in-law of Mr. Willard and Mrs. Martha Fulmore of Albany. She received her elementary and high school education in the public schools of Terrell County, and she graduated from high school in 1986. She furthered her education and received her bachelor's and master's degrees in early childhood education from Albany State University. In 1997, she received her educational specialist degree in elementary education from Troy State University in Phoenix City, Alabama. In March 2002, she became certified in educational leadership and supervision at Albany State University. In March 2006, Dr. Shoemate received her specialist degree in educational leadership and completed all requirements for her doctoral degree from Argosy University in Sarasota, Florida. She is currently the principal of Lamar Reese Magnet School of the Arts, and also she's an adjunct instructor at Albany Technical College here in the city. Dr. Shoemate is a member of the Beta Omega Zeta chapter of Zeta Phi Beta sorority, and also is a life member of the Albany State University National Alumni Association. She is a member of Mount Zion Baptist Church here in Albany under the leadership of Dr. Daniel Simmons, and she also serves as an ordained minister and a daughter of Zion. I present to some and introduce to others our speaker for this luncheon, Dr. Angela Shoemate. Dr. Shoemate.
Testing, 1, 2. Check mic. Just the two of us. He said there were a lot of preachers in the house. Just the two of us. I heard them singing that, and I looked out in the audience and I saw that the only people who were singing that song were the preachers. Now something is wrong with that picture. Just the two of us. But they also said, well, 2 or 3 are gathered. And well, I'm not going to go to church on you. I know that's what you want, but guess what? Let me do all this other stuff first, because I can't wait to tell you what I've been told. Come on now. First of all, thank you, President. Right here, President Don. Let's give it up for him. Let's give it up. Thank you so much for inviting me. And Sister Donning as well. Thank you so very, very much. Yes. Also out to our speaker for this morning. From my understanding, I tell you what, you paid way, you tore it up, and then now they're expecting something now. So thank you, Carmen, okay? I don't know whether to thank her or what, but thank you. I heard it was wonderful this morning. And for those of you who heard that I did have a husband, well, I want you to know that that is true. I want him to stand up. That's what I want. Stand up, Mr. Shoemate. Amen. Just in case somebody wanted to talk about the speaker, I need you to know where he was located. Yes, yeah, whether good or bad. But then out to Mr. Hydick all the way from D.C., Dawson, Georgia, that is. Thank you so much for that wonderful introduction. It has been wonderful, wonderful, wonderful thus far. Yes, yes, yes. I know you could have chosen any other speaker besides me. I know that. So that's why I say thank you and count it as a privilege as well as a joy just to be standing right here. The other piece is that I've been told that I had 7 minutes at first. Then they cut it down to 5. And now they say because the jazz band, they play, I have 2. You know, but thanks be to God that they are not the ones in charge. So it's on now. So what we're going to do, and I do know that you have another meeting, so what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and get to the business at hand, and thank you so much for inviting me. Hold on for a minute. Station break. I'm going to start with the ram in the mirror. Michael Jackson wrote the song about starting with the man in the mirror. He said, if you're gonna make a change, take a look at yourself and make that change. See, I know the preachers knew that. But at the same time, I'm gonna start with the ram in the mirror. So whatever I say to you, I'm also talking to the ram that's in the mirror. Now, I would like to say this, and starting out in 1986, I graduated number 6 of my class. Yeah, it was by a couple of points that I would have been number 5, but no, that's all right. God made it just like that. Number 6, Beta Club, you name it. I came to, I must say that I was from Dawson, so I'm sorry, Mr. Holly, you may say something there, but I didn't know that much, I thought. You know, when I came in, they had a recruiter to come to Dawson, Georgia, and I was like, what is college? What is all this about? Well, I ended up at Albany State University, the best university. Now, you can go ahead and clap for that. The best university. I'm going to tell you why, because in 1987, I came. Graduated number 6 in my class, came on this campus, took a test. They called it an entrance exam. We were sitting by, I just came out, they gave us the scores. Guess what? Number 6 of my class, but ended up in developmental studies. In other words, my current situation was not my final destination. I could have given up right there. Yeah. But because of the HBCU, because of Albany State University, see, if it would have been Georgia, they would have sent me on home. Yeah, come on now. But because of Albany State University, they said, come on, I got a flow here for you. I got a Trotman for you. I got some people who can make sure that you pass all these tests so you can get in your regular courses. Okay. Well, guess what? Here I am now, a ram in the mirror. I tell the young people, it's not how you start, but how you get to the end and finish. So the thing is that I am so thankful to the developmental courses that I had to go through. Yeah. No, I didn't look down on anything, because guess what? I wanted to wear that blue and gold no matter what it took. I wanted to be a ram, baby, ram buck. So let me go here, because I think I got okay, so many more minutes now. I brought a towel just to let you know that don't ever throw in your towel. Come on now. No matter what it is, no matter how you start off, guess what? Yes, developmental studies. But if I would have thrown it in, I wouldn't be where I am today. So I had to go through all of that in order to get right here, right now. Some of you say, well, you know, we were looking for another speaker. We were doing this, we were doing that. But guess what? It had already been ordained by the Lord that I would be right here. I am the one. Wait a minute. Hold on. My shoe stuck. Hold on. Watch out. Look at it. I'm for real. But guess what? We get stuck, don't we? It all depends on how we react when we get stuck. Again, that's the life about it. That's life. But guess what? Right here, it said the university is built on a strong tradition of academic excellence. I know this. It said we as alumni can give back. Somebody got quiet. Give back to the university and share ASU pride and loyalty by encouraging academically talented students to apply to attend the university. But watch this. We can provide that one-on-one to students. Somebody say yes. Okay, good. Interaction, personal attention, and encouragement. But guess what? We can't do that if we don't act like a ram ourselves.
Come on.
Either I wanted that fence so bad I forgot to go by Lowe's. I wanted a fence. I wanted to say either you in or you out. Either you a ram or you're not. Or either you going to support us or you're not. What you can't do is straddle the fence. So I know people have come into town. Oh, I know that you are just ready. You're ready for me to get finished right now. But guess what? It is not that time. We've got to show the children, got to show the alumni a positive image of ASU. I know how many of you said you went to the concert last night. Don't worry, Sister President, wife, don't worry. They went elsewhere. But they made sure they partied up something, right? Oh, again, that was Thursday night, though. But here's the thing. It says, if you have achieved at any level of success, then pour it into someone else. Success is not success without a successor. And that came from T.D. Jakes, just trying to grab that from another preacher. Now, what I'm a walker and a talker. So, again, I think I got about 7 minutes now. I think I'm going to stick with 7. So here I am, saying never to throw in your towel. I wanted to serve your speech today on a silver platter.
Come on.
See, because I know just by being out of Terrell County, I thought that y'all know it's Terrell County, it's from the country. But here we go. But ASU, let me tell you something. It does not matter. So that's what I did. I brought the letters. Let us join together as alumni and support the Albany State Golden Rams. Let us love one another and don't act like you don't know me when you see me on the street.
Come on now.
A ram, once a ram is always a ram, so let us come together. Watch this. They're going to California. And I know that you're going to get quiet right now. Because what we're going to say is, oh my gosh. Well, yeah, it takes money, but guess what else? My current situation is not my final destination. Remember just a couple of years ago in the flood? So can we say from the flood to the roses? Who would have ever thought that ASU marching band would ever go to, can you think of the impossible, what? All things are possible when you put your mind to it. So let us support them as they go. So you say, well, you know what? I've come, I've paid my money at the hotel, I've done this, I've done that. I even bought a ticket to this just to eat, because not the speaker, but I did all of that. But listen to me. That is not all to it.
Come on.
We need some checks.
Yeah.
President, I know you ain't tell me to say that part. But that's all right, but we need somebody to help and support the Rams going to the Rose Parade. Again, that's why we got to squash some stuff. We got to squash it because guess what? You've come, that's right, just to go to the concerts and all that other good stuff. But guess what? We need your support. Squash that talking about each other. I know I've gained 2 pounds since the last time you've seen me. Squash the fact that I don't have on the right color today. Well, I do, but somebody, you know. You know how y'all talk. But we need to squash that. And squash the fact of trying to tell me what time to stop. They invited me to speak. Then we got to turn up. We got to turn up, and the young people say turn up, turn down for what? I'm sorry, half of y'all missed that. But that's all right. That's all right, because that was back in the day. Well, you know, we up here now. I know y'all wanted me to say something about Jane Brown, but I did not. Okay, but at the same time, we got to turn up for the meetings. We've got to turn up for the alumni. And I'm talking to the ram in the mirror as well. I want you to know that. But at the same time, turn up, but turn up with something.
Come on now.
Turn up to give back.
Yeah.
Turn up to give your experiences at ASU. And what were your experiences? What is your story? Well, I tell you what, because I only have 6 minutes now, somebody said that was 2 of them right there. But I brought a suitcase because I'm packing up. Most of y'all packed up last week just to come home. Well, I'm packing up as well. And as I pack up, and then I'm going to let just this be it. Because, again, being like an alumni and giving back and knowing that we want you to be home, knowing that you have a tower, knowing that the lives or the life struggles will come and that you can't throw in your tower. I want to recommend a man to you. And I'm not going to preach about it, Mr. Holick, but I want to say he like cooking, Pam Cooking Spray, he'll get you out of any sticky situation. Yeah. Then you find yourself in the flood, and next thing you know, they said, wow, Albany State University is going under. But looked like it became unsinkable, unstoppable. Anything that you can never imagine. Bigger and better all already in spring when you walk. You got to look to both sides now just to see the university. So my thing is, things happen in life for a reason. Again, they are already done. My thing is, I'm so glad, honey, I'm so glad I graduated from ASU. I'm glad. I'm glad that I came through ASU, and I brought trash bags for a reason. Because anything that you got to say about my university, baby, if it's bad, put it in the trash. Because I don't want to hear it. Again, don't allow anybody to talk bad about your university. This is your home. You are the ram and the ramettes. But then somebody said, well, you know what? I just don't have it. I graduated from ASU. You better act like you graduated from ASU. But my thing, it just spit milk. But baby, it's a bounty. It's the quicker picker upper, baby. Every ram in here should be able to encourage another ram. You should be, if I am down, you should be able to pick me up and turn me around. Come on. And you know the rest of it. If I was in church, I would say, and plant my feet on a higher ground. I would say that, but I'm not in the church. But then I walked through the grocery store and I saw the thing say the works. May the works you've done speak for you. Again, you graduated from Albany State University, but what are you doing with it? Come on. How are you giving back? How are you encouraging young people? What are you doing to make a difference? Has it ever dawned on you that we do need your support? Has it dawned on you that you are the one? Have you ever looked at people and say, you know what, you need help. But don't worry, the law gonna help you. And then you walk away. But look like you were the one that was supposed to help. The Lord is going to help, but you're his hands and his feet. So again, if it has not dawned on you yet, you the one. Because attending ASU is like Maxwell House coffee, baby. It's good to the last drop. That's why I graduated in 91, came back, graduated again in 93, and then came back again in 2002. Honey, please, if they had something else, I'll graduate again. But it keep giving back, keep giving back. And then, I know, I said hot shot. I just had to pick this one up. This was about 2-3 people right now who say that they're big shot callers and high ballers and hot shots. Well, guess what? The thing is then, I ask you, big shot, hot shot, I better not do this. But anyway, before you leave here, because I'm going to put the one down on the table, I'm going to bring 100 grand. I dare you to match it. well, let me clarify. It's a candy bar, really. But whatever you have, nobody asking you to put 100 grand. Nobody asking you to put something else that somebody else is putting. The thing is, put what the Lord has blessed you to put, or for you to give. Again, every little bit count. And guess what? If you don't have it, I dare you to dial up the president. Never mind, dial up somebody. Dial up the Lord. He will give you and put it on your heart and what you should give the university, okay? Because again, we want your support. We need your support. And I know they didn't ask me to do all this, and what you thinking that I'm talking about is a bunch of baloney, but it's not. What I'm pulling out the bag is a real deal, baby. Again, I know you hear a lot of things, but I need you to know that this stuff is real. It is real because it takes, look at that, lettuce, squash, and the bologna. All we missing now is the bread. But guess what? We got so many slices right in here. But then, doesn't it make you think and make you wonder? The thing about ASU, when I wake up in the morning or when I give speeches and they read the part about she has graduated from ASU, I hear a lot of applause. I hear a lot of young people saying, ooh, yeah. I am so proud. I stick my chest on out a little bit farther because it brings me joy. Knowing that I'm an ASU Ram. It brings me joy in the morning, joy in the evening. So that's why I can talk about something that I do love. So I didn't just come through here to gain something, honey. I came through here to give something back. Because what profit a man to gain the whole world and die and lose his soul? The thing is, okay, no, ma, I'm not going to preach it. But just know that you gained here, but just to give something back. And you say, well, I came through here. And then a lot of things happened. They hurt me. When I went through the line, they hurt me. I didn't want to go back because the line was so long for registration. I remember the times. I remember when I didn't want to go through the line. But guess what? It's like Tide washing powder, baby. It gets the stains out that other folk left behind. No matter what anything worth having is worth working hard for. So my thing is, make that pledge today. What are you going to do? Well, how are you going to give back to the university? What are you going to do? Because you better make sure that you know. Because it's going to end on Sunday. But that's all right. They're going to have a lot of people around. And then again, make sure that you do tell the people about our ASU, because it's no secret what it did for me. It'll do the same thing for you. ASU went through some storms. Look at that. ASU went through some storms. But guess what? I guarantee you right now, if you can think about a storm that happened in your life. Watch this. Thank you. I know you got it in your mind right now. But can I say this? Won't he do it?
Yes, he will.
And didn't he do it?
Yes.
So it's no secret what he did for me, he'll do the same thing for you. And I'm so glad. Guess what? In the storm, guess what? You're a ram.
Amen.
Out of the storm, you're a ram.
Come on.
So either way, you've got to represent who you are. And you know who we belong to. And just in case that you forget, guess what? There is something around here, I guarantee you it's in there. Everything that you want to measure is in ASU. It's right there. Ragu spaghetti sauce, baby. That's all it takes. Right there. Somebody said, well, I don't eat that flavor. But then somebody said, well, when you get up in the morning, the best part of waking up, somebody said, is Folgers in your cup. They're a coffee drinker. The best part of waking up is Folgers in your cup. Well, I beg to differ. The best part of waking up is knowing who fills my cup. Knowing who fills my cup, because I am a ram. I keep saying that because I'm proud to be a ram.
All right.
I may have $2 in my pocket, but you better bet I'm going to walk like I got $2 million and I'm a ram, baby. The cap, I'm just saying, Mr. Red. No, not boasting. You're not doing that. But again, let me go to the church for a second. If you say that you are a child of God and that you want people to believe in what you say and what you do, My thing is, if you're that person, a woman of God, man of God, you don't walk around like this. I just can't hardly get along. Who want to serve that person that you're serving? Not me. My thing is a storm that I go through, honey. Let me tell you something. My head is held high. I'm walking like nothing is the matter. So if I'm going to be a ram, I might as well to walk like a ram. Because I need you to come to Albany State University. I don't need you to go on the, the other side of town, anywhere. I need you to come to the ASU. But again, when they see you and the way that you act, then that makes them want to come and matriculate through here. But then Albany State, baby, it's like, it is a real thing. It is a real thing. And then somebody said, well, I had to bring this, y'all, because it's like, good. Again, and coming through, I know somebody said, well, how did you get a chance to speak? I don't know. Come on. But I do know this. The favor of the Lord is upon my life. And how do you get the favor of the Lord to be upon your life? The favor of the Lord is when you do help others, when you do give back, when you do pat somebody else on the back instead of thinking that it's supposed to be all about you all the time. And then they wonder, how? I'm like, you need to just make sure that you pat somebody else on the back every now and then. Look, somebody said, well, are you finished yet? No, because I got to shout it out. That I'm from ASU. I've got to shout it out that I love the blue and gold. I've got to shout it out that I represent and I got to give it all I have. So we're charging you to give it all that you have. That's right. Now I have 3 minutes. I'm counting for you. But you got to give it all that you have. And yes, I am. Somebody said, well, you know what? You get up there, you're doing all that, and you probably did give whatever. But guess what, honey? I can't do that. Don't you worry. Don't do me. Do you. Do you. And make sure somebody said, oh, Lord, she got that off of TV. No, they didn't really put it like that. I put my twist to it. Because you've got to do you. But then the thing is, now I got 2 minutes. Somebody said, well, we got some big problems. We're big problems. And I just can't give. I just brought enough money for the hotel and to probably get a fish sandwich. And I go out the tailgate and I bought my ticket, $25. And then I bought all this. But guess what? You say, all those other chains, though, they are so big. No matter what your chain is, I hear the chain falling. Can't you hear the chain falling? Now, this is a big chain. No matter what you're going through, I hear the chain falling. Come on now. I need you to tell me, just break every chain that's so holding you back from giving the way you're supposed to give. Break every chain, even in your situation that you are in, because it's called Rams in the Roses and Beyond. So what kind of money are you going to give? Just enough to get to Pasadena, California? Or is it when we come back? Come on. What we got to do beyond all of this? We still got to go back into the classroom. They don't only just march in the band, They still, that's right, thank you, Jazz. They got to go back to the classroom. They got to make it worthwhile to come, because every child who comes to Albany State does not march in the band. Come on. So what are we going to do? What about the scholarships? What about all the other encouragement that we do for our children? What about the beyond? Our future is just waiting right there. But then you say, well, why do you have that ladder out? Well, let me tell you what this is. Here's this ladder right here. Faith. Faith is talking about that stuff that you can't see right in front of you. Faith knowing that it's going to come and you don't know how it's going to come. Faith is don't throw it in the tower when you don't know how it's going to be rebuilt. But you know it's going to be rebuilt, but you just don't know how just now. But then I'm reminded of Albany State University look like going a little higher. Even after the 2015 ASU homecoming, look like it's like Jacob's ladder. Every round gonna get higher and higher. Somebody said, I know she ain't gonna climb that ladder. Well, let me tell you this. We fall down. That's what Donna McClurkin said. That we fall down, but we get back up again. So if I fall, baby, let me fall, because I'm coming back up just to do it again. And then somebody said, well, what am I to do while I'm climbing the ladder? I'll tell you what you're supposed to do. In fact, I'll show you what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to let your light shine, so that men, women, boys, and girls can see your good works, but not to glorify you, but to glorify the Father which is in heaven. So everything that you're doing right now is not even about you. What legacy are you leaving? What will people remember about you when you leave this world? That's it. Will they just remember that you were a golden ram, or I think she was, or I think he was, I think he wore a blue hat one time. I don't know. But what is it that you want to be remembered by? And then I got 1 minute. Come on. 1 minute, because there's a meeting after this. 1 minute. And I'm going to leave all that right there. Yeah. Y'all ready to go, right? I'm so glad that I'm the speaker. I don't know what to do. So here it is. Somebody said, well, you just don't know. Dream the impossible. Have the courage to get out of the boat. I'm just reminded of a leader who saw some people in the boat. One of the people in the boat said, if it be you, ask me to come to you.
Come on. All right.
And looked like the leader said, it is I.
Yeah.
I need you to come.
Yeah.
First of all, you got to have the courage to get out the boat.
Come on now.
So no matter what's blocking you, I charge you today just to have the courage to get out of the boat.
Yeah.
And watch this and do the impossible. The person who got out the boat began to walk on the water. So I'm declaring and calling out some water walkers.
Yeah.
Walking on the water, and looked like when the person looked around, only when the distractions came that the person began to sink.
Yeah.
It was not because he wasn't begged to call or to come, but because of the distraction. He saw the waves and the winds. Watch this. You see your friends. You see the ones who say they won't do it. Well, if you won't do it, sit down.
Yeah.
Don't discourage me from doing it.
Come on now.
Because I am a water walker.
Yeah.
And that's what we're going to do. We're going to walk the waters. We're going to give back to our university, thinking about the impossible. You looking at this right now. Well, Jesus turned water into wine. Yes, he did, didn't he?
Yes, he did.
And you going to tell me that I can't?
Come on.
Jesus raised up the dead.
Yeah.
And then it all depends on your faith and what you believe in. That's an empty glass, and that is a pitcher. Yeah, I heard you. I know what you're thinking right now. I know Luncheon, where she ain't been turning no water into wine. I know. See, that's why you're laughing, because I know I heard you.
Yeah.
I heard you. But guess what? When I believe in the Lord and know that what he's going to do in my life, so my thing is the favor of the Lord. I just walk in it. I don't care what anybody say about me. I don't care what they talk about. I don't care. Child, please, if that's not me, I don't even worry about it. In fact, if it is me, I still don't worry about it. I'm just saying. But here it is.
Yeah.
Raised of the dead.
Yeah.
He gave sight to the blind.
Yes, he did.
That same man, and these folks looking at the glass, she trying to look, see if there's anything magic about it. Because she said, if that water turned, I know something. But again, again, that's how much I believe in the university. That's how much I believe in the Lord. That's how much I believe in the people who are actually leading and running the charge. That's how much I believe in the student body that is located here. That's how much I believe in the ASU marching Rams going to Pasadena, California, who's going to do us proud on New Year's Day. Guess what? The money has already been raised. No matter what it is today, it has already been raised, and Lord is going to make a way for them to go. Now watch this. They still looking at that glass. What's going to happen, Dr. Hill? I don't know. But as J. Brown said once upon, feet don't fail me now. So again, here it is. And then I end with one thing because I think I have 30 seconds. I'm just trying to make sure it's ready. Hear the sick. Gave sight to the blind. And the same man, he surely did. At a wedding one day, he turned the water into wine. Dream the impossible. Dream the impossible. That's what I'm talking about right now. And then I'm going to end and close with this. If you do nothing else, that's right, it can be done. No matter what you're thinking about, it can be done right before your very eyes. But then here it is. Thank you. If you don't do anything else this homecoming, besides give back, because we want you to give back. There was this little girl, she's going to teach us a lesson. The little girl was just eating candy, throwing the wrapper on the ground. Just eating candy, throwing the wrapper on the ground. The older lady next to her said, baby, don't eat candy like that because you can get sick. The little girl kept eating the candy, throwing the wrapper on the ground. I'm talking about eating candy, throwing the wrapper on the ground. Every chance she got, the lady said, baby, didn't I tell you not to eat candy like that? You can get sick or even die from eating candy like that. The little girl said, my grandmother lived to be 108 years old. The elderly lady looked at her and said, baby, I know you can't tell me that your grandmother lived to be 108 years old by eating candy like that. She said, no, ma'am. My grandmother lived to be 108 years old by minding her own business. And that will be all for that. Amen.
You fixed it, girl.
All right, amen. Amen.
Thank you. And it only took 7 minutes. How about that? But are you going to do the impossible this weekend? Are you going to break the chains? Are you going to be the ram in the bush? And I think we have been told, and it's here, it's clear, it's for us. What are we going to do now? So now we would like to thank you again, Dr. Shoemake, for inspiring us and making it very simple, the everyday things that you use here. So I know that when you pick about a pledge up, you'll make sure that you have that pledge card. If you don't have any, I have some up here for you. So if you need a pledge card, please come up and see us. But it does take beyond. We have to look beyond because we have several students here that need your help. We have several students that are coming to our unsinkable and unstoppable Albany State University, and they need your help. So. An announcement from Have on the Floor is the Alumni Business Meeting. It will be held at Peace Hall in room 127 immediately after the luncheon. So now we'd like to have our benediction. Peter said to Jesus, Lord, it is good that we have been here. Let us build 3 tabernacles. One for you, one for Moses, and one for Albany State University. Really saying for benediction.